Hello, this is Dr. Darnice, and come on into the Lifestyle Channel. Listen, we're dealing with racism, plain and simple. These very few days into the new presidency, and it's the racism is racism. And he's not holding back. Those of us in the 92%, we already knew. If you didn't vote, I don't know what you were thinking. If you call yourself Black MAGA, I don't know what you were thinking. He literally told everyone that he was going to do exactly what he's doing now. So, as of this is January 23rd, 2025. So, he's not but 3 days into this administration. And he is getting rid of DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And when we think about what those words mean, no diversity, no equity, no inclusion. What are you left with if you don't have diversity, equity, and inclusion? What does legitimate leadership look like? Apparently, it looks all white because you don't need diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay. He has also decided that at the federal level, there will be no observation of Black History Month. So there's to be an erasure of that. Um, Also, there's a federal freeze on hiring. So, again, people who did not vote, I don't know what you were thinking because the consequence is that this man is in the White House and he is making decisions that are going to negatively affect everyone, in particular Black people, in particular Black women. He is going to make decisions that are going to negatively impact us also. If you did not vote and you thought like, well, I'll just weather it out, there are consequences to that. Nevertheless, one thing we know how to do as Black people and Black women in particular is to circle the wagons and take care of ourselves because we've always had to historically. Like we really have kind of been here before. We've been in a situation where we've had to deal with, white supremacy, racism, literally the Klan walking down the street, threatening to lynch us, to bomb our own towns and our own businesses. We've been here before, but we have leaders who also survived it and left a breadcrumb trail for us, right? Harriet Tubman, she said, not everybody is free mentally. Not everybody can come. Not everybody is ready to come. Everybody could come, but some people don't recognize that they are mentally enslaved. So they can't come, right? She carried a gun, right? There are a lot of people there's a lot of people who left us a breadcrumb trail in terms of how to deal with this scenario. Mostly we've got to circle the wagons and take care of ourselves. We've got to be prepared to take care of ourselves and not depend on the state, the government. We cannot sit around and say, well, they're supposed to do this. Why are they doing that? They're not going to. And really, as Black Americans, we should know that. We should know already. They're not going to. They're not interested in educating us, educating our young people with the accuracy of our history. They're not interested in Black history. They're not interested in recognizing anything that Black people have done. People are trying to claw away at King's legacy, Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy. Roll back civil rights, right? He also did that, rolling back civil rights legislation. So my point being, we've been here before and we know how to move forward. Even the Black nationalists have told us, right? The Nation of Islam has told us. Marcus Garvey has told us. The Moorish Science Temple, they've told us. The Black Hebrews. And now we might not get 100% down with those people in terms of their whole program. But what has always been at their core is independence and that Black people have to do things for ourselves. So I'm going to suggest that people, for your own peace of mind, that you unplug from the daily onslaught of the news, right? Decide the times that you're going to listen and the times that you're not, because we're just getting started and the onslaught is on. Get your personal affairs in order. Get your personal affairs in order. Do you need a passport? Get it. Do you need to move money around? Is it a good time to have some cash on hand? Do you have a to-go box or to-go bag, which includes your important documents? And this goes to in terms of the weather, right? I'm in Georgia, we got snow. And then we get extreme hurricanes in the summer. So wherever you are, there could be fires. If you're in California, you know that. I just left California after living there for almost 30 years. There can always be a massive fire. Are you ready to go? Do you have gas in the car? Do you have some place where you can go? Do you have your money in order, at least an emergency fund of bare minimum? I know everybody doesn't have a whole lot of money on hand to just sit in a bank. But when I say get your affairs in order, I that's what I mean. Like start looking for how do I keep how do I keep some to go money handy? What do I need to have in order? You know, they're doing those IDs now. I forgot what you call them. Everybody has to have a driver's license with with that ID on it, with a star on it now. Don't put it off to the last minute. I think this year is the year that they're going to start implementing. So you need that driver's license with that. Oh, it's called Real ID. Now I think of it. Real ID. You got to get that. You got to get it. So don't keep putting, well, how do I get it? You got to go to the DMV or go to the DMV website in your city and see what it says about getting. If you have a driver's license with the star on it already, then you're already good. But you need to find out. This is what I mean by we've got to get our personal affairs in order. We've got to create safe spaces for each other, right? Create safe spaces. Where is it safe to be black and to be black and a woman? Know who really are your friends and your allies. This is not a drill now. And we've got to support small black businesses. We've got to circle the wagons now because this man is, a few days in office and he is already saying, I don't care nothing about you black people. I don't care nothing about you immigrants. I don't care nothing about you. And we see who he keeps company with. The oligarchs only need us for labor. This whole thing about have more babies, the birth rate is down, that's to create more labor for them. Surely you know that. And really it's for white women. Really, they just really. But they will take the rest of us because they want laborers. So now is the time to circle. And listen, this is what racism looks like, plain and simple. There's no need in trying to call it anything else. What else can you possibly call it when the man and his administration are coming directly for black and brown people? What are you going to call that? So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm sure I'll be back on rather quickly. I'm doing shorts at least once a day, if not twice a day. So you can find me on the good YouTube all the time. But who knows what tomorrow, the rest of this week even brings. So I'll be back with more. I would be glad to hear your comments. What are some ways in which you are circling your wagons? What are the things that you need to get clear on? Do you have your medical records? Do you have your cash on hand? Whatever it is, what is in your to go bag? All right, bye for now.